100 days in a solar apocalypse. The sun is gone and the world is getting darker and colder by the second. To survive, I'll need to build shelter, find food, and equip myself with the best weapons and armor possible. Can I do this all while fighting through a dead world full of zombies? We're gonna have to find out. Also, only a small percentage of you guys who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you go on to enjoy today's video, consider subscribing and checking out some of my other videos. And by the way, if you guys need a new PC, check out the description to see my custom line of PCs that can handle any content creation or gaming you may desire. And use code GUILTY for a discount. Now without further ado, let's get into the 100 days. I need to get out of this bunker. But where is the sun? This was not a favorable position to be in. I was surrounded by zombies. I opened the door and a zombie entered my bunker. Oh my gosh, that's not supposed to happen. Am I going to die this quickly into my journey? No, don't worry. I figured the doorway is sort of dangerous, so I grabbed some dirt and broke the ceiling to get out of the bunker that way. And once I was on top, I looked around. I was surrounded by hundreds of zombies in a dark, cold world. There is no sun. It's completely gone. I made a run for it and ran over to this dungeon sort of thing to hide from the zombies, but once I saw a cave spider, I knew it was time to run. Once I got to the top of this dungeon, I was being swarmed by zombies again. This is not good. I need to get some gear and find shelter as soon as possible. This, of course, started with getting wood. I started punching a tree to get my first few logs in this world, and quickly crafted a pickaxe and grabbed some stone. Then I started grabbing some iron when more zombies were after me. I headed over to another cave that was a bit more safe, and grabbed coal and started smelting the iron. I crafted myself a shield and a sword and continued on my travels through this terrifying dead world. And after a little while, I decided to do some more mining. Finding iron was actually really easy here, and I found enough to craft a full set of iron armor. After getting a bunch of materials from mining and some better armor and tools, I headed down to the dungeon to see what I could find. I found myself in this maze that was pretty terrifying. I didn't know what would be around the next corner, and bam, there were more zombies. I tried blocking myself into safety, but the zombies were in my way. I eventually blocked in and killed him, but this sure did scare me. I tried heading into the spider's den, but I just couldn't kill the spiders in here, and I figured it would be in my best interest to leave. I can't risk losing my life over this. So I climbed back up to the surface and ran around searching for some place I could call home. When I saw this off in the distance. Wait, is that a farmhouse? What is that? Maybe, just maybe there could be other people over there. I ran right over in hopes of finding someone that could help me. But it was nothing but a mistake. The zombies had overtaken this barn as well. Whoever was living here is now probably a zombie. I searched the chests that were in here and quickly grabbed some loot that I could find, while simultaneously fighting some zombies. This was very dangerous, but I knew having bread from these hay bales and a better weapon would be really useful. But once I finished looting, I found myself in an impossible situation. There were so many zombies around me. I ran to this shed and blocked myself inside. There were some random things in here that I took with me, and started killing off this giant horde of zombies. I better get a stronger weapon soon, because these zombies are going to be getting more and more powerful over these 100 days. I realized I wasn't welcome here. I grabbed some pumpkins and left. I'm sure there's someone else who survived the apocalypse. Maybe we can help each other out. In the meantime, I need to build a shelter. Someplace that no zombies can get to me in, and where I'm safe and can store all of my supplies. I got started by grabbing some wood, but it didn't take long for the horde to find me. I fought off a few zombies and continued cutting logs, but there were more and more coming. Nothing is easy in this world, not even getting wood. After a long day of getting logs for my house, I was being attacked by an invisible zombie. Okay, listen, I'm not kidding. There were no zombies around and I was taking damage from something. I was really confused and scared, but decided to get started on building my house for now. I actually built myself the world's smallest house because I was so terrified of these zombies coming out of nowhere. And well, can you blame me? Everywhere I looked, there were zombies trying to eat my brain as I built the walls of my house. I felt super vulnerable and unprotected. I mean, my house has no walls. I knew I needed to get the zombies out of here and continue building quickly before things got worse.
Can you guys just leave? Oh my goodness.
After fighting off all of the terrifying zombies, I crafted myself some bread and finished up the walls of my makeshift house. Hopefully nothing can get to me in here. After a little while, I mustered up the courage to put a roof on this thing. It still had to look nice. Then, I decided to add in a front gate so no zombies can come through my door. Don't worry, I'll add in some more defenses soon. I also thought it might be a good idea to add these windows in so I can see if there are any zombies around me. I felt like glass was a bad idea, so I used fence posts instead. And just like that, my base was complete. It wasn't much, but it would protect me for now. And just when things were going well, I was found by the horde of zombies. What am I going to do? If they get to me, will I become one of them? So many thoughts were running through my head as I took them out one by one. I decided to craft myself a better sword for dealing with these zombies, and remembered I had gotten a fishing rod earlier. So I did a little fishing. I guess this could be an alright food source, and maybe I can even get some enchanted books. I had to place down a ton of torches so the water wouldn't turn to ice. It is freezing here. After fishing for a little while, I headed back to my base, cooked the fish, and started gearing up to leave. I didn't want to sit around anymore. I needed to figure out what happened to this place. There has to be a cure to get rid of these zombies. Or who knows, maybe there's other survivors. I headed outside to fight some zombies, and noticed that the ground was covered in snow. The sun being gone is really starting to make things cold around here. As I was running around, I was fighting through the ever-growing horde when I fell down this cave. Thankfully, it wasn't too long of a fall. I broke out of the cave and made a run for it. These guys are getting to be really strong, and I need better gear. I ran home, grabbed some supplies, and headed underground in search of diamonds. I found myself in some pretty crazy caves down here, but knew I still had to watch out for zombies. The apocalypse doesn't disappear just because I'm underground. While I was down here, my greatsword was running low on durability, so I got myself this rapier instead. You may be thinking, Guilty, why don't you just make another greatsword? And the answer to that is because I get mining fatigue when I have an item in my offhand. And plus, this rapier deals a lot of damage to zombies. Trust me, this is a good weapon to have. Throughout this mining expedition, I got plenty of diamonds, which I used to make a diamond pickaxe, and of course, I grabbed some obsidian. This could be really helpful to making a zombie-proof bunker. And after filling my inventory with goodies, I started to head home. But when I got up to the surface again, I was welcomed by an overwhelming amount of zombies. Once again, I would have to fight through them to survive and get back to my base. After safely making it home, I crafted an enchantment table and some diamond armor and got to work on getting some nice enchants. I must say, I did pretty well here and I felt ready to fight off any zombies that wanted to challenge me. And, well, I realized I can't let my guard down. While I was inside making all of these upgrades, loads of zombies showed up outside of my door. And I had to fight all of them off before I could leave. But once I got them all, I started on a new project, a farm. There's next to no life in this world, so it's really hard to find food, which I definitely need to survive. And I was lucky enough to have some seeds and a few carrots. So I got to work on planting them. Now I just have to wait for these crops to grow. In the meantime, I spent some time getting some wood. That is one resource that I'm running low on. And you'll see why I need so much wood later on. While I was coming back to my base, I saw this zombie-infested tent. I was curious on what could be over there. Maybe some loot. I actually got some pretty cool things after fighting through the zombies. But then I realized I almost fell for a trap. Boy, I was lucky I didn't stand on that pressure plate for too long. After grabbing some resources, I was ready to start renovating my house. I don't have much room in this small cottage and could really use an upgrade. So I got straight to work on making my house larger. But just like building the farm, this wasn't easy. Adding this addition onto my house is going to give me a lot more space, and it'll also look super nice. For once, I actually got some peace and quiet from the zombies while I was building. Surprising, right? I made sure to add all the details I needed, including a nice roof, some windows, and of course, a floor. I even added in these cool doorways. Then I moved everything over to a more suitable storage area. I probably should have organized all this stuff, but I couldn't be bothered to. All of a sudden, I heard some noises outside and knew that there were more zombies. So I took some of them out, but I have gotten a bit too confident here. And these guys move fast. After quite some time fighting through these zombies, I needed food. So I worked a bit more on expanding my farm. I had a lot of crops that had grown and were ready to be harvested and crafted into bread. After getting a ton of food, I repaired my rapier and decided to leave on a mission to explore this world. There is 100% some form of life out there. I just know it. I ran for quite a long time before coming across this giant fossil that I broke for bone meal. This just goes to show how much of a wasteland this place really is. I had all the right materials to fight through anything that comes my way. So I kept running and found this camp that looked like it had someone living there. There was even a lit fire. I decided to rob them, and that's when the zombies showed up. How did these guys already find me? I blocked myself in with a friendly villager when he decided to open the door and let the zombies in.
Oh my god, why did you do that? No.
I quickly broke through the wall and made a run for it. I climbed on top of the camp in horror of what just happened. And then I noticed a gold block. Of course, I grabbed it. I was definitely drawing a lot of attention to myself out here, and the zombies were aware of my location. They were coming in from all directions, and I knew I needed to seek shelter as soon as possible, or else I might just become a zombie. I continued traveling, and once again I found another camp. This one was more abandoned and packed full of zombies. I realized I was really pushing my limits here and was taking a huge risk by just being here. So I left. These zombies will stop at nothing to hunt me down and make me one of their own. I ran as quickly as I could all the way back to my base where I knew I was safe. I had so many items to drop off in my chests, and now a bed from one of the camps. I tried to sleep, but no matter what I did, it was still dark outside. And then something weird happened. I turned around and half of my house was gone. It was just literally gone.
Wait, what on earth happened here?
I quickly patched it up before anything could get inside, but let's just say I had a few visitors. Even now, I have no idea what did this to my house. But these zombies did not make it easy to fix. Don't worry, eventually I fixed it. With my house being back to normal, I was ready to get started on something new. I realized that I can actually craft tools and armor from obsidian if I smelt it and get ores. So I spent some time smelting the obsidian I had and making some upgrades. I gotta say, this is pretty cool. I would have made a sword, but I needed blaze rods, which I didn't have. After making some upgrades to my loadout, I was feeling in tip-top shape. I decided to spend some time making a pumpkin farm. This world is so dead that adding some more life to it makes it seem not so bad. And I got so many bone blocks earlier, so growing things would be a breeze. Also, I am a big fan of pumpkin pie, and they can be used as great decorations. After planting many pumpkins, I harvested the rest of my farms and got loads of crops. I don't want to risk starving in this world. What if the zombies take over again? I want to make sure that I always have food available. This is what I was able to get after a few days of farming. Pretty good, right? Yes, farming is fun and all, but I wanted some cool loot. So I went out to find some. I found another one of these dungeons and instantly found loot when I was jumped by a poisonous spider. I sort of panicked here, as you can see. And then found all of these creepy books that I really didn't spend any time reading at all. I continued going through this dungeon and found even more spiders, which are really a pain to deal with. Oh, and not to mention cobwebs everywhere. I figured there could be some good loot down here, so I continued heading throughout this thing.
This place is so creepy. What is this? Whoa, there's a lot of you over here. Oh god, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm so dead. I'm so dead here.
Thank gosh I had some golden apples while I was down here. I got close to death more than once, and they are the only things that saved me. After finally making my way out of the dungeon, I kept exploring the world to see what else I could find. And I thought it was a good sign that zombies came out of nowhere.
Okay, hello zombies. Wait, is that a building out there? Dang, you guys hurt. Okay, I really want to see what's in here. Oh no, there's more of you in here. Okay, if I can just... Wow, you guys are doing a lot of damage. Alright, let me get in here. What is this? Oh, okay, more zombies. Whoa, this place is nice. Oh god, there's some good stuff down here.
If you are reading this, it most likely means I have perished. I have become one of them. This disease is stronger than any man, but the cure lies beneath this bunker. Find it and save yourself. Of course, I started digging around straight away. All I want is for this apocalypse to end, and I may have just found the cure. I broke into this obsidian box where there was a chest with another book. The cure to the apocalypse. I was not the right person for this, but I hope whoever is receiving this is. Max. Okay, at this point I was immensely confused. A flower and a lava bucket. How is this going to cure an apocalypse? As I headed out of the bunker, I saw a chest that I hadn't seen on my way in. I was super glad I didn't miss this. Inside was an assault rifle. The zombies aren't going to stand a chance against me now. I headed outside and fighting zombies was much easier. This is quite a powerful weapon, and honestly, this is just what I needed. I made my way through hundreds of zombies with this thing until I ran out of ammo. I'll have to figure out how to craft some more later on. I killed the rest off with my sword and headed back to my camp. On my way home, I found this pit full of obsidian and lava and stopped to grab a few blocks of obsidian. I want to get a full set of armor, and this is just what I need. But eventually, I was safely home. I put away all of my treasure, started smelting the obsidian, and did some upgrades to my chest plate. But since I was running low on XP, I knew I would need to find a way to get levels fast. I got straight to work on building an XP farm. As you guys know, I'm not the most experienced in building grinders, but this should do the trick. As soon as the farm was complete, I lured tons of zombies in, hoping they would fall into the cobblestone pit. And it worked. I got tons of zombies in here and was getting loads of XP. After getting a pretty nice amount of XP, I upgraded my enchanting setup with the books I got from the bunker. But for some reason, I couldn't get high-level enchants even with these bookshelves. So I worked with what I got and still made some pretty darn good armor. I am very happy with this set. There was one last thing I wanted to do in this world. I grabbed the flower and the lava bucket and, well, I didn't really know what to do. So I threw the flower into the lava and hoped something would happen. But nothing did. I towered up to see if I could catch a glimpse of the sun. But nothing happened. I waited just a few minutes and then I saw it. The sun was rising. I couldn't believe my eyes. I climbed down the tower and ran around the world. I was literally in shock. There was sunlight. The trees were even growing their leaves back. Let's just hope it stays this way. And that, my friends, is how I survived 100 days in a solar apocalypse. I want to give credit to Forge Labs for the apocalypse idea. His link will be down below in the description. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. And make sure to follow me on Twitter.